Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Good afternoon. Happy Team Building Tuesday, Talk About It Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. Hey, my name is Eric McKinley, and I am the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And we are located right here in Columbia, South Carolina, man. Right here in Columbia, South Carolina. So I'm excited to be here today at my office. Um, can't always do what I want to do, but sometimes you still got to do the things you have to do. But I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be sharing some information with you. So do me a favor as you jump on, drop your city and state, like it, share it, and tag someone. And if you happen to hear this testimony, this story that I'm going to share, if you happen to hear it later on, make sure you hit a hashtag replay. Now, I'm not going to wait. I'm going to just go ahead and say this. And before I do it, I'm going to share this to one of my private groups because I think they are going to need to hear this. So, but for everyone else, as you jump on, if you happen to share it, I appreciate it. It's definitely going to make some sense. And once you hear it, you'll see why. You'll see why I'm excited and I share what I share. So, give me 1 second. Let me share this to our private group because I want to make sure they get this information. Hope y'all having a fantastic and productive day today. I hope so. Let's see. 1 second. All right, there it is. So, I'm go ahead and share my story. So as you already know, it is tax time, and the season is almost. Well, I'm not gonna say the season's almost up, but the deadline's almost here. And around this time, I started getting a lot of calls and a lot of uh, emails, texts, um, or text, excuse me, Facebook messages and all that stuff. And the reason why I do that is because about a little over 5 years ago, I started a network marketing company, and this particular network marketing company showed me and my wife how to how to actually improve our finances. As a matter of fact, that's what we educate people on. We educate people on how to improve their finances through the use of strategies. Okay, basically showing people how to lower their taxes, showing people how to create emergency funds, eliminate their debt, take control of their debt, repair credit, things that they need to understand as far as uh, why they need more money, why they need to be a business owner, build an asset, invest, things like that. So we started with this company, this network marketing company, 5.5 years ago, and I immediately started applying the strategies to my life. Well, from that, I started sharing the information with other people, and through various people, we begin to build a business. A lot of people don't understand network marketing. Some people have a bad taste in the mouth about network marketing, but that's their thing, not mine. I had no idea about what it was. I just knew that I had some strategies that I need to apply to my life to change our finances. But um, quickly I began to share information, and it's funny because I had a lot of Facebook friends. I had a lot of Facebook friends on my timeline, and I don't now, but I had a lot of Facebook friends on my timeline. And I was sharing information totally wrong. I was flooding my timeline. I was spamming people. Man, I was just so excited about the information. I just wanted to share. Well, um, needless to say, it didn't take me long, but being a novice at business and especially at network marketing, I was able to grow a network marketing business and begin to get some passive and residual income through building a team. And it's amazing because you don't know what you can do until you start doing it. Well, first year we had an extraordinary financial year. We didn't make a lot of money in business as far as from the company, but we did a lot of business, which means that we were able to take advantage of the tax strategies that having a home-based business allows you to take advantage of. And this is the part that a lot of people miss. A lot of people get into network marketing, they buy off on what people tell them that you can make a lot of money, which you can, but if you're not a marketer, if you're not a salesperson, if you don't know that language, or if you're not teachable, coachable, trainable, or available, then it's a possibility that you're not going to make a lot of money. But the good thing about the company that we're involved in is that it shares strategies. So that means that just about anybody can use a strategy to actually keep more of their money. Well, the first year, like I said, it was great. We lowered our taxes tremendously. We went from 24% tax bracket to a 9% tax bracket. And that was phenomenal. We didn't do that great in business because, business has a lot of different things, a lot of different factors in it, especially network marketing. But the bottom line is that we learned how to conduct business. And needless to say, we lowered our taxes on my wife's job. We were able to keep the majority of our money, and we didn't have to pay a tax bill at the end of the year. As a matter of fact, we got a huge tax fund from state and federal after our first year in business. Well, I began to get these calls. I began to get these calls from my business associates at tax time, and the calls that I would get at tax time would be, "Hey, Eric, I'm at the tax office right now. I'm at H&R Block, or I'm at Jackson Hewitt, or I'm at with my tax person, and I need to know what type of business I'm in." These were people who joined the business either off of the strength of what I was telling them, or they joined the business out of excitement, or they joined the home-based business or opportunity because it made sense to them, but they didn't do the work. And there were a lot of people that didn't do the work. And needless to say, the people that didn't do the work, they paid. You know who they paid? They paid the piper. You see, at the end of the year, going into the next year, everybody's got to pay the piper if they don't do something to legally, morally, and ethically lower their taxes. And I couldn't for the life of me understand why someone would work a job. They would go all year overpaying taxes, wait until the next year to have to file taxes in order to get some of the money back, but then wouldn't use a strategy to lower their taxes, the same taxes that they were going to have to wait to get back in the first place. Didn't understand that. But I would get these phone calls. I would get these messages. And I remember one message I got from a guy. He didn't sign up directly under me. He actually signed up under one of my high school childhood friends. And he called me. Actually, he messaged me. He didn't have enough nerve to call me, but he messaged me and he cursed me out. He said, "Hey, you're the reason why I owe taxes, and I didn't have this problem last year, and yada, 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 this, that, and the other." Bottom line is, as a business owner, you got to keep records. You have to keep records. Keeping records is a must. You cannot walk around telling the government that you're in business and at the end of the year expect to get credit for it if you can't prove it. As simple as that. I got several other phone calls. "Hey, can you help me do my taxes?" Don't do taxes. I don't do taxes. I got other phone calls that said, "Hey, this thing ain't working. I quit. I quit a month into it, but when I use strategy number 1, which is W-4 correction, I corrected my W-4, and I started getting back, $200, $300, $400 a month. I didn't change it back. Now they're saying that I owe." Well, you do owe. See, I started getting all types of phone calls, but the reason why I'm on here today is because I got a different phone call. As a matter of fact, I got a different text message today. I had a business associate reach out to me today with the awesome testimony. And the testimony went a little bit like this: "I'm glad I stuck in there. I'm glad I listened to what you said, because even though I didn't make a lot of money in business, I was able to conduct a lot of business. And because I made an attempt to make a profit, and because I actually tracked my records, because I actually did what I was supposed to do." See, this person actually followed the leader. I was the leader. Someone else was leading me, but they followed me. They listened to me. They were patient. And they were able to be successful. And they gave me a great testimony on a positive note as to how they were able to keep the majority of the money after correcting the W-4. They kept a lot of their money throughout the year. A lot of, I'm not going to give them numbers. They kept a lot of money throughout the year. They were able to write off a large amount of their expenses. And on top of that, they're getting a tax fund back from 2 different states and a small tax fund back from the federal government. The bottom line is they use the strategies to legally lower their taxes. And now what's happening is they're able to live a better life financially. So for the life of me, I don't understand why people have not gotten on or not caught on yet as to, even though you have a good paying job, if you want to keep your money, you got to be able to lower your taxes. You got to. And if you're not that person that wants to lower their taxes, that's fine. That's cool. If you like giving it away, I'm cool with it. But it just goes to show you that if you stick to the plan will stick to you. Now, this part of the testimony that I want to share is a little bit personal, because when we joined this company, we learned how to hire our son. See, the IRS says that if you have a business and you and your spouse own that business, right, that you can hire your child if they're under the age of 17. According to IRS publication 15, you can hire your child if they're under the age of 17. Well, we were able to hire our son. And our son was 13 going on 14 when we started this company. We started with this business. We hired our son, and he was old enough, it made sense, that he was able to get the full wage for that year. Basically what happens is you can hire your child and you can pay them the standard deduction for a single person. But it has to make sense, okay? You have to make enough money to where it makes sense, and they have to have they have to be of a certain age to make sure they can actually earn that money and do the work. Anyway, we fell into those guidelines, and we were able to hire our son. He was 13 going on 14. From the age of 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, 5 years, we hired our child. And through that time, the tax laws changed. So the single standard deduction went from $6,000 to $12,000, roughly $12,000, a little over $12,000. Those wages were managed by us because that child was a minor. Our son was a minor. They were managed by us, but everything that he needed, he got from those wages. We were able to legally write off those expenses. As a wage, because as business owners, those are wages, and we were able to legally write that off. And because we were able to legally write that off, that lowered our taxable income. Well, we didn't have to touch our son's money. In between that time, our son went from a regular public school to a school of arts, and he studied music. His junior and his senior year of high school, he studied music. And our son is now 18, going on 19. He'll be 19 in August. But he's now at the Cleveland Institute of Music because he got a partial scholarship, actually about a 85-90% scholarship. He's going to a private school of arts in Cleveland, Ohio, and we still did not have to pay the difference of the tuition. Even though his scholarship didn't cover it all, he didn't get a grant. He didn't get a student loan. What he got was the benefits of the strategy that we used when we hired him. We used that money to offset his cost for his college, his tuition for his college. Basically, what I'm telling you is that Uncle Sam has paid for our son's college for the next 4 years. He has enough funds available to go to school for the next 4 years. All because we decided to apply a simple strategy to our lives that not only just changed our finances, but it changed our lives. It changed our relationships. It changed our relationship with money. It changed the way we looked at people. It changed the way we looked at a lot of different things. Needless to say, there's probably going to be some more people that call me. There's going to be some people that look at this video and they're going to say, you know what? I was in that company with Eric, and I just couldn't be patient enough to stick it out. I was in that company with Eric, and I didn't get those benefits. Well, it's because you didn't plug in. If that's you and you're looking at this right now, or you see this at a later date and you were partnered with me, if you were an associate of mine or somebody else who else they share this video, you need to get back with them. You need to get back with them. Because the one thing you need to understand is this. There's two ways to legally lower your taxes. That's through having a business or being an active investor. And if you are just looking to make more money and not looking to build wealth, then you're looking at the wrong video. If you're looking to make more money and not to build wealth, then you're in the wrong business. See, wealthy people have understood this for years. They know the importance of legally lowering their taxes. That's what wealth is. Wealth is in your taxes, because taxes are the biggest expense that we'll ever have. But because many of us don't understand money, we know how to spend it, we know how to work for it, but we don't know how to use that tool, that shovel, to make it work for us. Because we don't know that, we find ourselves in binds. We find ourselves in chains. We find ourselves in positions to where we're not comfortable. I'm going to encourage you once again, if you were attached to me, if you happen to see this, because you may not see it because you may not be following me. I've changed Facebook pages. I've since then, cleaned up my Facebook pages. Bottom line is this: if you're currently in business with me and you're not taking fully advantage of the benefits, or you're saying, hey, I just can't figure it out, I want you to remember a couple of things. Strategy number one: change your mindset. And it's going to be a continuous, gradual thing. Strategy 1.1: if you got a job or if you retired, correct your W-4 or correct your W-4P. Notice I said correct, okay? Because 80% of the people out there have it filled out incorrectly. Strategy number 1.2: adjust your W-4 according to the business that you think you may do. It's an estimate. Get with the professional, get with somebody who is a mentor, get with a tax professional, someone who knows what we're doing, somebody that may be in the business. Get with me so you can actually do that. 1, mindset shift. 1.1, correct the W-4. 1.2, adjust it according to having a business. Strategy number 2, you got to keep records. We have a system that helps to manage your money. It's a money management system. It helps you to manage your money. See, a business owner has to keep records. If they're not keeping records, then guess what they can't do? They can't prove to the IRS that they actually have a business. You have to attempt to make a profit in business. See, I was in business, people were in business with me that were smarter than me. They had bachelor's degrees, they had master's degrees, they had doctorate degrees, they were doctors, they were pastors, they were lawyers, they were educators. But they didn't follow through. They didn't know, they didn't understand. See, you have to understand that just because you don't get a check from a business, that doesn't mean that you can't make money being in business. Something to think about. See, the young lady I spoke to you about earlier that hit me up and said, hey, I'm getting money back. She didn't make a lot of money in business, but she did a lot of business, which means she was able to keep a lot of her money. And when we talk to people who don't understand, we look at titles, we look at people who are in certain positions out there in the corporate America or in the world, and they don't understand money. You got to be careful who you follow. See, we've been doing this thing almost 5.5 years strong. And now we've been able to start our own business. And everything that we do, we talk about our own business. We got more businesses in the back, but we're able to start our own business. And we're able to use this information to share with other people. We're still helping people live better lives. Got to ask yourself, is what you're doing benefiting you and your family? If it is, man, you know what? Keep on doing it. I'm not even talking to you. But if it's not, you may want to take a look at what we're doing. Stop looking for the easy way out. Stop looking for the quick fix or the quick lick or the quick come up. See, the stimulus money, it's going to run out. For businesses, it's already run out. You got to ask yourself, if you're not using strategies to increase your cash flow and keep more of your hard-earned money, what are you doing? If you're not passing this information, learning this information, and passing it along to your children and your grandchildren, what are you doing? See, a lot of people are not going to like the way I say these things and how it comes off because they're looking for somebody to hold their hand and pat their back. But it's time out for all that, man. You're either gonna be in for yourself or you're gonna be in for somebody else. Because it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how much debt you don't have. It don't matter if you're out of debt. You will still build an asset for somebody. So you're gonna always need cash flowing in. See, this is not a popular conversation because nobody wants to talk about money in this sense. People just want to talk about how much money they made or what they spent on the car or how much they paid for the home. But I'm around a group of individuals who talk about how much money in their investment account, how much money they're cash flowing. Not how much money they're making in business, but how much money they're keeping. Something to think about. Hey, look, if it applied to you, inhale. If it didn't, exhale. There's a lot of people who have tried to change the way I share information over the years, and I just come to realize this. This is who I am. This is how I'm built. Everybody's not going to like what I say and how I say it, and that's okay. I'm not for everybody, but I will tell you this. If you don't understand how money works, you're going to continue to work for money until you die. My name is Eric McKinley, and like I always say, when you know better, that's when you can do better, and the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. Like it, share it, tag somebody, and if somebody hits you up, ask them how you can start changing your life financially. Y'all take care.